Hi, everyone. This is Alan Fine for Virtual Roadshows and Insider Travel Report. This panel that you're about to see is part two of how top destinations cater to the adventure traveler today. And I'm going to read you a paragraph about what we're going to be discussing. Top destination executives share the adventure travel opportunities available for travel advisors to sell. They outline the destinations, types of adventure experiences, and ways advisors can better understand their offerings. And we're going to do that right here now. So let me introduce Ernst Flach, who's the rep for MMGY Global, Visit Rwanda, and Costa Rica Tourism Board. We also have Stu Lukes, West Coast sales representative for Antipodal. And we have Anna Kammerer, the sales and marketing manager for emerging destinations. Nicole Graham, Market Development Manager for Visit Scotland, and Milijana Boryojevic, Director of Korcula Tourist Board. Now, does anyone want me to do their name again? Okay, then we'll see.
No, you did it great.
Okay. I know you're just being kind, but okay. So let's start with very quickly, and we have a lot of people to get to. So quickly describe your destination and what it offers, but don't go into a lot of detail because that's what the other questions are for. Let's start with Nicole and Scotland.
Yeah, we have a saying here in Scotland that Scotland is good for the soul. It's a place of great beauty, epic natural landscapes, vibrant cities, rich cultural heritage. And I really do believe there's something for every adventurous soul in Scotland. Mountain biking, cycling, family-friendly activities. I'll give you lots more details later. But yeah, there's definitely something for everyone in Scotland.
Great. And Stu, give us your quick description.
Yeah, so with Antipodal, as a representation company, we represent a beautiful roundabout, array of destinations, all of which are tucked into nature, connecting you with the outdoors, and really giving you a sense of place and an elevated level of service and hospitality, with authenticity and genuineness.
Okay. And Anna, you have the same thing because you're more than one destination. So tell us, give us a quick little overview there.
We are a sales and marketing representation company in the US and Canada. The company was started by Jane Barron in 1989, and she rebranded as Emerging Destinations in 2006. And basically what we do, we represent different hotels, lodges, DMCs, and a few destinations as well across Europe, the Americas, Central and South America, and the Africa continent. Our mission statement is saving wild places through travel, and basically adventure is in our DNA.
Okay. And Milijana, tell us about Korcula.
Korcula is one of the largest islands in Croatia. It's very south of Croatia, very close to Dubrovnik. And we are very well known for food and wine to start with. And then great culture and, of course, the outdoors, because we are known as the Black Highlands, meaning we have a dense forests and very lush vegetations, which are ideal for the outdoor sports.
And Ernst, what about Rwanda and Costa Rica?
Sure. So like Stu and Anna, I work with an agency and we I have the privilege of working with so many great destinations. But I'm happy to be here today to talk about Rwanda and Costa Rica. And Rwanda, a small republic in Central East Africa, and we're known best for wildlife viewing, in particular mountain gorilla tracking. Costa Rica, many of you are familiar with it, small Central American country, and really proudly all about vibrant adventure experiences in the jungle and coastal regions.
Right. All right, so that's it. That's the good overview. And now let's start to delve a little bit. The question is, what makes your destination one that can attract adventure travelers? Let's start with Milijana.
Well, as I said, it's island of Korcula is very different from the other Croatian islands because of very versatile nature. And given that they have very strong agriculture, with vineyards, with olive groves, and it's many beautiful beaches, be it pebble or rocky or sandy. So it really is a great outdoor space because space for the outdoor activities, hiking, cycling, any kind of sea activities. And then recently we set it up the Kammerer route. It's 150 kilometers around the island hiking route, which really attracts many visitors because it's very easy to hike it. And then what we are really proud of is our culture, monuments, many churches, really portraying the history of the island. And then to top it all, really great restaurants and amazing wine, because Korcula is really well known for its 3 different white wines. For such a small island, it's quite rare to have 3 very well-known wines on the island. Top quality, I might say.
Okay. Now, Anna, it's harder for you to decide, we're talking about what makes your destinations ones that attract the travelers. So let's do it in plural for you.
Thank you. Yes, it all depends on the destination, of course. Right. As we are a rep company and our portfolio is filled with different kinds of destinations and companies. We have some booming destinations like Morocco and Panama. We have some of the beaten path or a bit more wild, like the country of Guyana. And then we have, of course, the classics like Patagonia or East Africa. But I would say that no matter which destination we are speaking about, in all cases, the main attributes that adventure travelers really value and are looking for are unique and natural pristine landscapes, the possibility for that adventure traveler to be really in a remote place and disconnected, but with all the technology needed at the tip of the hand, just in case he needs or she needs to contact the company or home to have everything at disposal. Also, we have finding more and more in the last few years that it's not about the where, just putting a stamp on the passport, but a bit more about the why. Like really making deep connections and traveling with a purpose. So we are seeing that adventure travelers, they are really valuing the possibility of making great connections with local people, learn from different cultures, traditions, and why not coming back home after making new friends in a remote destination.
Okay. And in Scotland, Nicole, what makes what makes it a destination that attracts the adventure traveler?
Geographically, with Scotland, there's a lot to pack in, from our incredible coastlines and islands to our sparkling lochs, dramatic landscapes of the Highlands and the rolling hills of the Lowlands. We'd like to say Scotland is an inclusive year-round destination, and I think it really delivers powerfully enriching personal experiences for advisor clients. So whether they're traveling as part of a couple, a group, or on their own, I think there's something for everyone. We recognise that consumers are seeking more meaningful travel experiences with a sort of deeper understanding of their impact on both their own well-being and the planet's. So Scotland's natural surroundings really lends itself to that and can bring real moments of calm. And I think our tourism industry brings opportunities to truly immerse themselves in that destination.
And it wouldn't hurt if you watch Outlander.
It does not help. We call it the Outlander effect. Yeah. It's the gift that keeps on giving. We love it.
Let's talk to Stu. Stu, what's attracting the adventure traveler?
So I think with Antipodal and the diversity of the destinations that we work within, from Australia, New Zealand, Vancouver Island in British Columbia, and also down in Chile and Patagonia and Atacama, I think it's truly that connection with the nature and having the exclusivity of access to these amazing, beautiful places that many of us can't really get to on a regular basis, but these properties that we work with do provide this access. And then that just lends to really diving into each of the destinations' uniqueness, from being so close to Uluru or swimming with whale sharks to, plunging into glacial pools, and trekking around Patagonia and through the desert of Atacama. I mean, it's just a vast of experiences. And like everybody else has said, it's trying to find something with a little bit more meaning. And obviously, being in these destinations, you experience the light footprint that each of these properties would lend to the destinations and the nature. So I think it's a multitude of reasons why these properties and destinations would attract an adventure traveler, for sure.
And Ernst, what makes your destinations attract the adventure traveler?
Just building on what the other panelists have said, I think the adventure traveler, they're much more conscious of sustainability and traveling for good, and seeking out places that genuinely are offering a pure, authentic experience. And Rwanda and Costa Rica exemplify that. I mean, Rwanda, there are two other countries that offer mountain gorilla trekking experiences. And they're good. I think what makes Rwanda a little bit different is it's a little easier to access the gorillas, but there's also a very conscious effort to support the community. So the permits, 10% of those costs go towards supporting communities around the national parks. Costa Rica, a quarter of the land is set aside for preservation. And it's not just preserving, it's restoration. They have an extensive reforesting program. And, there are many destinations where you can have similar experiences again, but, the adventure traveler tends to look for the place, and they're willing to pay a premium when they know that they're investing in a sustainable community, long-term minded destination.
And Ernst, let's stay with you. Let's talk about the main natural attractions that bring the adventure traveler to your areas.
Sure. Well, again, Rwanda is known best for the mountain gorilla trekking, and it's just a really powerful moment to be in the mountains and being there with the gorillas. I think what is less known about Rwanda is just that there's so much you can do there. It's a fairly small country. You can do the big five wildlife viewing there as well. And that's probably something that isn't understood as much. And again, a small country, so you can do a lot when you're there. Lesser known are some of the nature activities, canopy walking and getting out and to meet some of the locals and indigenous tours and getting a sense of the local culture. With Costa Rica, it's just a beautiful place, green from beaches to hills to volcanoes to mountains. And it's something that, again, for adventurers of any types, there's all kinds of experiences. You can be as busy as you want to be.
Milijana, the natural attractions of Korcula, I know there are plenty.
So yes, as I said, it's very unusual island in Croatia because we have a dense forest, we have really lush vegetation, which is not very normal for Dalmatian islands. But then beautiful beaches and all the rest. But Korcula Island is it's very well populated. It has many little villages scattered across the island, and that's exactly what attracts the tourists. Being able to be outdoors, but then at the same time to have this feeling that you are in civilization, that you can always access some shop, that you can always go to a restaurant, to cafe, so you don't really feel. You don't feel like you're somewhere, in middle of nowhere. That's what they really like. And as I said, the island is ideal for hiking, for cycling, because it's very hilly. And that there's this sense, this feeling that you actually accomplish something because of because of the geography of the island itself. Having history going back to early 14th century, you can just imagine the amount of different culture sites that you can visit, and that whole package is what makes Korcula very interesting and attractive for the visitors.
Anna, for the destinations that you're covering, what are the main natural attractions that the adventure travelers should know about?
The main natural attractions that we have on the different destinations and companies in the emerging destinations portfolio are, for example, the Galapagos Islands and its wildlife. That it's there's some wildlife that you can't find anywhere else, like the prehistoric looking iguanas, or the cute blue-footed boobies, or the Galapagos penguins. Then we have the Sahara Desert in Morocco, the Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, Torres del Paine National Park, which is a biosphere reserve and was declared in 2013 the eighth wonder of the world, the Great Migration in Kenya and Tanzania, for example, the Victoria Falls, shared by Zambia and Zimbabwe, which are the world's largest sheet of falling water. So those are the kind of natural attractions that we can offer to adventure travelers through our portfolio.
And Stu, same question.
So within Australia, you have natural formations like Uluru. We have Kangaroo Island to go and explore all the beautiful wildlife there. Obviously, in Australia, the Great Barrier Reef and the Daintree Rainforest. So diversity of natural beauty to go and explore and have incredible adventures, kayaking through rivers and scuba diving, snorkeling, swimming with wildlife, to, as Anna mentioned, going down to Patagonia and Tierra del Pines and having that experience down there, to coming up to, British Columbia and Vancouver Island and being in another UNESCO biosphere with Clayoquot Wilderness Lodge. There are so many beautiful natural attractions that we work within, and touching onto cultural and then natural beauty that we work with as well. New Zealand, obviously, there's so much to do down there, it being loads of activities and adventure to have.
Okay, and Nicole, the natural attractions for you.
Yeah, so Scotland is home to over 3,000 lochs. We've got hundreds and hundreds of miles of beautiful coastline. We've got 2 national parks, one of which includes the highest mountain in the UK, Ben Nevis. We've got 43 national nature reserves and 15 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And we are a small country, so we pack a lot in, which is fantastic. All of them are internationally renowned for their wildlife, for their habitats, their flora and fauna. We've got amazing scenery, fantastic visitor attractions that tie all of that together. And we also have, which I think is quite unique to Scotland, some of the best dark sky park experiences in the UK. So we've been getting some amazing aurora. It's never guaranteed in Scotland, but we do have fantastic dark sky parks in Scotland, which I think is always worth a little mention.
Okay. Now, we've probably discussed activities by mistake or already. We've already exposed some of them. So in this question, when I ask what activities do you have that adventure travelers can engage in, let's think of things maybe to pick up where we left some out. Anna, do you have some that you want to talk about?
Yes, of course. For example, in Patagonia, in Argentina, we can offer fly fishing on the banks of the Chimawin River, which is one of the best places in the world to catch brown and rainbow trouts. We can also do scuba diving in the Basaruto archipelago in the Indian Ocean. We can offer sand dune boarding in Morocco. We can offer amazing snorkeling in Bocas del Toro in Panama. In fact, not sure if you know, but Bocas del Toro archipelago is known as the Galapagos of the Caribbean because of the rich marine wildlife they have. And then, of course, well, gorilla trekking, hiking, we can do trekking expeditions, and adventure travelers can learn on animal behaviors either in South Africa or in Kenya. So different kind of activities, more active, less active.
Okay. And Stu, did you want to bring up some activities?
Yeah. So, I mean, everywhere we go, you can go on beautiful hikes, mountain biking, e-bikes, canyoning, where you're jumping in and out of a glacial river and bouldering around this beautiful river and diving into this incredibly crystal clear blue water. As Anna mentioned, fly fishing all over the place and fishing throughout these fjords of Vancouver Island, where you can catch a salmon and bring it back to the lodge and have the chef cook it up for you in many different ways, all the way down to going and doing farm tours on the properties in New Zealand and experiencing a sheep operation and seeing where your smart wool socks come from to, all sorts of off-road biking and hiking, like I mentioned, and scuba diving, snorkeling, or even just relaxing in your pool and looking at this beautiful nature. I think it's been said, one of the GMs says, loitering is our favorite activity.
I like that slogan. Nicole, activities.
Yeah, I think we have quite a lot of activities that you maybe wouldn't necessarily associate with Scotland. Water sports, snow sports, hiking, biking, cycling. But we also have amazing wild swimming, paddle boarding, kayaking, surfing, and diving experiences. You can do all of that in Scotland and more. We have really good, amazing activities for more adrenaline junkies. You can try out the UK's best downhill mountain biking tracks. Scotland even has its very own high bungee jump, which is aptly named the Highland Fling, which I absolutely love. But I think whatever adventures you choose to do in Scotland during the day, be sure that they end up cozied up by a roaring fire with a wee dram of whiskey in their hand at the end. And I just think that if you paint that picture of Scotland, that's the best adventure destination for me.
You said you like the fling. Is it you like the name or you like to do it?
Oh no, I like the name.
Right,
the Highland Fling.
I'll make that clear. Okay.
I'm not as big a fan of actually doing the bungee jump. I just like the name of it.
All right. Milijana, adventure activities in Korcula.
Yeah, well, apart from what I already mentioned, cycling and hiking, being on the island, obviously, all kinds of water sports. But what tourists probably like the most is scuba diving, snorkeling, and kayaking. So in front of the town of Korcula, there are over 20 little islands scattered around. So people actually like to kayak from island to island. And one of the most popular routes is now becoming kayaking over 6,000 years old underwater archaeological sites. So you can actually dive down and have a look at it. It's not a problem at all. But well, in Scotland you have a whiskey. Here we have a wine. So yeah, we are going to beach with a glass of wine, white wine, of course. I'm not only, but just talking about it, I like to drink it as well.
Ernst, give us some activities for the adventure traveler in your neck of the woods.
Sure. In Costa Rica, the cloud forest, that's always a great experience where you do canopy walks through the tops of trees in the mountains, which is just amazing. Perhaps less known is you can go visit some of the indigenous tribes on tours and get a sense of the history and the culture of those people. And as part of that, there's also a part of the country where you can, a very heavy Afro-Caribbean population. And that's lesser known. So you can take a boat over through the canals to see that part of the community. In Rwanda, again, wildlife viewing is what we're best known for, but there's a couple of other things which I think are kind of cool. When you're out in the mountains, and Rwanda is known as the land of thousand hills, there are many, many caves you can explore, and it's just a really, really neat experience. And as well, lesser known, great biking trail. There's the Congo Nile Trail, which is a multi-day bicycling trail that'll take you throughout the country and just gives you a really good active experience, and you get to see the beautiful countryside.
So that's a lot of activities. Clearly, adventurers will want to go to these places. Now let's pivot and let's deal with the actual helping of the travel advisor do the selling. So my first question on that is, what clients should travel advisors target for adventure travel in under your purview? Let's start with who wants to start?
All right. So what type of client are you targeting? I think this could go. I think when somebody comes to you and says, I want to try something new, I want to try something different, I think those are definitely the ones that are primed to get out of the box and experience these destinations, these properties. As well, family, I think, are wonderful. It's a great way to connect with family and doing some of these challenging activities, and getting you a little bit out of your comfort zone as a family and individual. It's also wonderful for the solo travel, really every type of traveler. I think that these properties and these experiences lend to just giving you that kind of transformational experience to dive deeper into yourself and in the world and what we have to offer. And yeah, I think multi-generational, I think it runs the gamut. I mean, really, unless you're like a, city dweller, like that just likes to go shopping.
Yeah, not good.
Maybe these aren't for you, but if you're a traveler and you like to get out, but you also love the luxury of a 5-star amenitied hotel, we've got it for you.
Yeah. Milijana and Korcula, what clients should the travel advisors pitch?
Well, we are a small destination. We are off the beaten path destinations. So definitely those that like to experience something new, discover something new. And given that we are at south of Europe, we have really great weather for most of the year. So if you're not into July and August and big crowds, then Korcula is definitely a place that you go outside of the main season, because really the weather is such that allows you to experience the islands throughout the year. And then I would say that the island is for those that are not only into adventure, not only into sports, but that for those that like to combine different things, that like to experience the culture, they like to experience the food and wine, and then do a little bit of outdoor activities. But having said that, we do offer all kind of more advanced, so to speak, adventure activities. So really, it can really cater for those that are more experienced in such activities. Yeah.
Okay, and Ernst, what clients should the travel advisors be targeting for your territories?
Yeah, people who want to do things and not just see things, people who want to actively get involved. For Rwanda, it tends to attract more of a luxury, affluent audience, but it doesn't have to be that kind of person. Again, it's somebody who really wants to invest their time and money in a place that is for sustainable travel. And, it's less popular for families because there is a minimum age of 15 for the gorilla trekking. But, older couples, honeymooners, active people. For Costa Rica, really, that's a country I really believe where there is something for everyone. Families, solo couples, there's luxury properties, there's mainstream, there's budget. And really, it's just a place where you can go and be as busy as you want to be.
Okay. Anna, We're targeting clients. What type of clients should the travel advisor be looking at?
Well, it's such a wide range of people from the 20s up to the 70s or 80s that the good news is that there is business enough for everybody. So I would say that there are adventures for all ages, and it all depends on the difficulty level that travelers or adventure travelers want to experience, and also the budget. There are some like luxury accommodations. For example, in Torres del Paine, we have a hotel, like a comfy hotel, but let's say that you don't have the budget to afford a hotel that category, or you want another experience. We have camping sites. So you can still do the hiking, the trekking, and experience Torres del Paine, no matter if you have like a budget for a 5-star property or just for a camping site. So I would say that the sky is the limit.
That's good. And now, Nicole, who are the clients that the travel advisors should be keying into?
I think similar to what the other destinations have said, anyone and everyone is obviously welcome in Scotland. Those with a sense of adventure, maybe whether that's soft adventure or adrenaline junkie adventure, we have everything in between. It's not a sunny, hot destination by any means, so definitely layers are key, because I recommend coming in like the spring or the autumn. That's when the colours are at their best in Scotland. So I think it's just, clients who just want to try somewhere a little bit different. Maybe they've done some of Southern Europe before and they want to kind of go north and try something a little bit different, a little bit greener, something like that. That's the kind of people that will love Scotland. You can relax here. You don't have to spend every day hiking and walking and exploring. You can do it from the luxury of a private chauffeur drive vehicle, or you can self-drive. There's so many ways to explore the country. The one thing I haven't mentioned yet is Scotland is affectionately known as the birthplace of golf. So we can't talk about active and adventure travel without a wee mention of golf. We have over 550 golf courses, and I know a lot of people will have clients who are perhaps interested in golfing. Scotland is obviously the birthplace of golf, so a great destination for that as well.
All right. And now, again, to help the travel advisors, what advice do you have to get them to help them sell more adventure? Let's start with Anna.
Yes, for us, for emerging destinations, the most important thing is to really build and establish solid and deep connections with the travel advisors. This is why we are a super active team, and we are always on the road, attending trade shows, making phone calls, doing trainings. And we would suggest travel advisors to ask your clients as many questions as you can, because we need that information to really help you to sell that trip or to present another destination. We have the knowledge, we have the expertise, and we have all the marketing tools and training materials that a travel advisor need to sell with confidence a destination, even if that travel advisor never been there. But I think that the key thing here is just to work as a team together, the travel advisors and we as a rep company, and try to identify the real needs and the real value things for that traveler, and work together on something, on a destination that really is a good fit for that specific booking request.
Ernst, any advice for travel advisors to sell more adventure?
I always, I guess two things. One is just, and this is my own personal experience, when I talk to my travel advisor, what gets me excited is when they're excited. So if they have a story to tell and convey that emotional aspect of it, that's great. And if you don't have a story to tell your client, call us. We can share stories and you can share those. So that's one thing. And I think a second thing is it's not necessarily just about the adventure activity itself. It's about the context of the destination. So working in and understanding what makes that particular destination different. And, quite often at the base of it is just the culture and the people. So being able to weave that in throughout your pitch to your client.
And Stu, the same question about advice for travel advisors, and you definitely have a lot of destinations. So what do you tell them?
Yeah, so I just to touch on something that Anna said earlier on is understanding the why of your clients and why they want to go and travel, why they want to try new destinations, the overall why of why they like to travel. Understanding that so you can really custom build this a beautiful itinerary for them. But I think most of all, lean on us. We're here to help. If you need help pushing it over the line, happy to get onto a call no matter what. We're here for you. We want to get that across the line just as much as you do. So, we work together. I think it's, there's always the term B for B, business for business, or B to B, but I like to go work with business for business, not just business to business. So working together as a partnership, and really making it happen for your clients, and also understanding their expectations so you can level that out and so they can understand what the experiences truly are that they're getting into, and invest in the destinations yourselves. Get out there, have these experiences so you can really firsthand talk about them. And I guarantee you they're going to change your life as well. So, as well as your business, life and business.
Good. And Nicole, advice for the travel advisor to sell. Adventure.
Yeah, I think follow us on our social channels for that inspirational content. I think that's a really easy win. If you want to know more about Scotland, get onto our Instagram and our Facebook pages at Visit Scotland and see what we're posting, because we have some fantastic images, videos, etc. that we can share. Visit Scotland ourselves host regular product updates and destination training webinars to help you learn more about Scotland as well. And we have a dedicated travel trade website. So there's lots of educational resources that we can share with you. We also have our meaningful travel map in association with Tourism Cares, which is a map that showcases Scottish charities and communities leading in tourism in their areas. So it's actually product led. And that's a really good resource to tap into if you're looking for ideas for products for Scottish tourism.
And Milijana, for Korcula, what advice do you have for travel advisors?
Well, I just have to agree with all of my colleagues. Once the travel advisor understands what are the needs and the interests and the expectations from their customers, well, then they match that with our destination, then we are here to help, to advise, and what is even more important, to actually connect with the other providers, whether it's accommodation, whether restaurants or wineries or experiences. All of that together, and then yes, of course, we are all online, and everything can be found under the name of Visit Korcula. So just to see what exactly is what we offer and how that relates to the needs of the travel advisor customers.
Well, Milijana, you led us into the last question, and so did you, Nicole, actually. So we're going to go around now. Milijana, give us all the resources that you have that can help, any website, any training, any materials. Give us a list, and everyone will get a chance to do that.
So we have, obviously, the website, visitkorcula.eu. It's now being completely done new. It's going to be much easier to follow. So everything is going to be there. What is the most important are our contacts, because we really like to chat with everybody. And so because we also have to understand what are the needs of the travel advisors and how can we assist them in finding what is the best for their customers. And obviously we are on social media, Facebook, Instagram, just to name two.
Okay. And
again, under the same Visit Korcula name.
Nicole, finish, because you started. You had led us into this. Tell us about all your resources.
So we have a dedicated travel trade website, which contains product listings, sample itineraries, e-brochures, marketing materials. We also have a digital media library, so you can log on and download thousands of images and video content for your own use. You can join our mailing list to receive regular monthly e-newsletters. We have lists of DMCs, so if you are looking to book Scotland, then that's your route into Scotland to actually booking it through that way. We have that's it. That's my list.
That's a good list. Don't worry about it.
It's a good list.
Ernst, save us. What do you have for us?
Really, we have all the same resources available. And, I do think, though, that one thing we exceptionally value is just the personal contact with travel advisors. So, we'll do our best to be proactive in reaching out to advisors, but by all means, please contact us. Our team can be reached at Rwanda at mmgy.com or Costa Rica at myriad.com. But it's not just us talking to you. As Stu said, we want to hear from you as well and understand what your needs are and where we can improve.
Stu, your resources, website, training, URLs, give us the lowdown.
Got it. All of the above that's been mentioned. I think one to really hone in on is Luxury Lodges of Australia, and their website. It's amazing for you to be able to understand the destination. It is your resource, and that's what it is. It's a resource for the destination of beautiful, remote luxury lodges throughout Australia to understand the destination as a whole. But all the other product, the websites, all the socials. We definitely do trainings regularly. Great follow-up material that we'll send out. There's just so much.
You want to give any URLs?
BaileyLodges.com.au. That's going to be a list of all of the different lodges under Bailey Lodges. FlockHill.com for New Zealand. The Lindis Group.com, another lodge group in New Zealand, the Landing.com, some beautiful lodges there, private villas in New Zealand, TiaraHotels.com for down in Chile, ClayAquat part of Bailey Lodges as well. Tiara Hotels is also part of Bailey Lodges. HookahLodge.com for that prime luxury lodge throughout New Zealand, and then we have Qualia, on Hamilton Island, Great Barrier Reef.
You've just given them a lot of homework. That's great.
Get busy. I want to hear from you.
Yeah. And Anna, please do the same. Give us some URLs and give us some contacts, and where are the resources?
Yes, of course. Well, we have our website, emergingdestinations.com, which has all the portfolio of cool companies in cool places that we represent. And there you have access to each of our clients' website, as well as to the trade pack and different kinds of materials. We do monthly newsletters where we feature interesting blogs, as well as special promotions and offers. As for the blogs, travel advisors, please feel free to use those blogs for your own marketing purposes. Those blogs and articles are for you to use, so you can replicate on your websites, on your newsletters, on your social media. We do monthly webinars or training sessions. And for travel advisors that maybe cannot attend live the webinars that we are conducting, we encourage travel advisors to register all the same, because you will get the playback, the recording. And also we encourage travel advisors to visit our YouTube channel, Emerging Destinations 156, where we upload all the videos, all the training sessions that we are doing. We are on the road all the time. We are attending trade shows. We are hosting breakfast presentations, doing lunch and learns presentations. We are just a phone call or WhatsApp away from travel advisors. So you can always reach any of the Emerging Destinations team by simply WhatsApping us or making a phone call. And what is more important for us, we are doing fam trips on regular basis because we need travel advisors to really come to our destinations and stay at our hotels and really experience firsthand what we have in our portfolio. So that being said, we are doing a fam trip to Trentino in the Italian Alps in March. We are doing another fam trip to Kenya in April. We are doing a pre and post We Are Africa in May to South Africa. We are bringing a small group in the summer to Bocas del Toro in Panama. And we have on the works for Q2 and 3, Mozambique, the country of Guyana, and Morocco, just to mention a few. So please stay connected with us.
I think all those fam trips, and everyone's offering them, and you guys didn't mention it, but we're running out of time. So here's the resource we didn't mention. I was so glad because I sit here waiting to say, go to the booths. This is a conference. Everyone here is represented. Everyone here has so much more to tell you. We couldn't fit it into this time period. So please go visit them. Thank you, everybody. And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report and Virtual Roadshows.